Hey everyone, it's Spook from Ship4. I'm bringing you a new video for AutoChats. This is actually a continuation video for my chat macro video I uploaded a while back. This video should have been uploaded a long time ago, but a lot of things happened. My SSD died. I lost my job recently, so now I'm looking for a new job. So a lot of stuff happened, and it's kind of pushed away the time I had to work on this video. And so please enjoy the video, and I hope it helps you out. Just a reminder, you should turn on your auto chats before we get into this video because it might be disabled by default. I don't remember, but just make sure you turn on in your settings. You should be able to do that by going to System, Options, Sound Chat, and if you scroll down, Auto Chat Usage, make sure that's set to Use, and then we'll move on. So as usual, let me show you how to access and edit your auto chats. You're gonna open up your main menu and go to Chat, and then you'll go to Auto Chat Settings. Here you'll be able to see a list of auto chats and up to 3 categories: Events, Members, and Actions. So in total, this makes up to 37 auto chat events you can customize, but I doubt you'll want to use them all. Otherwise, you'll just be a walking auto chat machine, just asking to be blocked. But no worries. We won't be using all 37 of them because I created a list of useful commands I cherry-picked in this video. Plus, I'll also throw in some examples in the description of this video for you to use and customize to your liking. Okay, let's first focus on the events. Events are auto chat messages that can trigger from trials, quests, and world events. As you can see in my setup, you can add up to 3 different messages, which you can use the plus sign or minus sign to add more or remove them. Now, it won't trigger all 3 of the messages. It will only trigger one of them randomly. So just keep that in mind. It's not gonna just shoot them all out at the same time. Since we're at the top, we'll talk about the At Quest Completion event. The messages I have here will trigger after completing a quest or even an urgent quest. Now, I'll admit it's not very useful, but I thought I'd add this just in case to give your character more depth. So the command I'm going to use for this would be, I guess, the 4pose one. So as you can see, I have /MN16, which is the expression to the message. It will add a little icon. This will shoot out on the area chat, but for now I'm going to remove that, which by default, if you remove any command that would distribute your message in a specific chat channel, it will just instead automatically go into the party chat. This is my command for my emote, which is the female version for pose, and then has an L sign. And also we're going to use a cut-in command. And finally, we have a message here that's been colored red and ended with black. So let's test it out. This is what happens when you complete an urgent quest or complete a trainia or any type of quest in general. Now, if we go back to the list, if we move down the list, you'll see Trial Join. Now, for Trial Join, this one's set up so if you were to join a trial, it will display the trial name right here in blue, and then it will set everything else to default color, set located in sector, and give your position. There are many of these chat commands you'll notice that have these arrow brackets. I'll provide a link in the description of the video, which gives you a list of all the different ones you can use. But for now, Trial 1 will give you the name of the trial you currently join, and POS should give you the positioning of where you are in that sector for your grid map. You can also use this auto chat event to detect when a Gigantic enemy spawns in an explorable zone. Somehow the game sees it as a trial that covers the entire zone, but given that this command is built to provide your location, you might want to alter the command to not include the position command. Alternatively, if you want to give a position of a Gigantix and or item, you can make it into a chat macro instead with some changes. Since the Gigantix is not a normal trial, we'll remove the trial chat command and replace it with target or T to shorten it. This will display the name for whatever you're targeting, regardless if it's an object or an enemy. For now, I have customized the message already, set to shortcut 26, so all I have to do now when I locate a target is type /S26 or use it through my quick menu. So thanks to how annoying the UI is of this game, I figured to include a way for you to show your class and level and name to the party members upon joining a party. Since you can't really see it on the party HUD, you will need to dive into the massive nested menu to figure out your party member's class and level. Well, actually not level, you can pretty much tell level by party, but Let's now take a look at teleportation. So with this, you can customize your teleports with emotes to change it up a little. Although you can't add emotes to begin teleport, you can definitely add one to end teleport. I customized my command for both commands to be like that, so including the use of Ein's voice from Overlord, giving you a nice Overlord feel to it. You'll see that my command will trigger, but you won't see me use the emote when I teleport. That's because the teleport animation, it takes priority above all, and there's no way to change it. However, when you do finish teleporting, you will be able to use the emote, and it triggers, as you can see. Just remember that some of these events won't allow you to use emotes like attacking and teleporting. Now for the member AutoChats, I don't think these would be very useful unless you want other players to know if your main class or subclass leveled up. But I have it here. For player character level up, it will display a toge message, which is a spiked bubble with an expression. It says leveled up, and in red will show my class. You see how I have this in arrow brackets and CL? That's short for class level, and will show my class name and level, and will also include the subclass. And then you'll see with my friend, if somebody levels up, any friend that levels up around me in my party, I'll just shoot out a voice clip. So you've seen a few commands that use voice lines, but remember, these are limitations on voices. Other players cannot hear your character's voice unless they're in a party with you and are outside of town. Most voices will come with a 1 to 12 voice line, while some usually are from collabs, which will have over 20 voice lines. You can use any of the voice lines with the command /VO and its number. So for example, as you can see, my voice played. So finally, we can go to the fun part, which is actions on AutoChat. The majority of events and actions won't trigger all the time. What I mean by this is, if you were to have, let's say, 3 different messages on skill activated, this will actually only activate randomly. So none of these messages will trigger automatically. They'll sometimes trigger, so you might, if you use your skill, you might just not do anything. And then if you keep doing it, it will eventually shoot out a message. A good example of this is probably maybe using the diving attack. So be wary of that when you're editing your actions, because, you know, if they actually triggered without randomly not triggering, then this will be very annoying in battles, especially in purples. And now we can move to revived. Now for revived, I added a message that displays the amount of PP you have when you are revived. I figured this would be useful for attackers who are reviving you and they can't see the amount of PP you have, so they can use overemphasis on you. This is useful for classes who use a lot of PP like soaring blades. So it will, once I die and revived, it will show in blue. Now we can move on to skills, photon arts, and techniques. For now, for this auto chat, we're going to be using a chat command. For now, we'll type arrow bracket skill, which this will replace it with a skill you recently used. Then you can have arrow brackets technique. If you want it to work on a technique, then arrow brackets photon arts. And now here's the video examples of some of these commands. So for example, skill is my pinion blade. When I do my pinion blade, it will say this message. Same thing with technique if I were to use Zonde. Now you have to remember that these will not trigger all the time. They're random, so just be aware of that. Now if we go to Photon Blast. So as you can see, I have a Photon Blast. It's going to display a cut-in, a spiked bubble message, an expression, a facial expression when I'm not wearing a mask, and it says,
"Take this, my love, my anger, and all of my sorrow! Shining Finger Sword! Go, go, go!"
Now, we should also touch up on the fashion command, which we can use for fashion, my fashion, or for short, because I don't feel like typing that all the time, it's going to be MF for short. Now, in order for this command to work, you need to pick a slot for your costume mate. And to look for that slot, you can go to your gear subpalette and go to customize looks and then looks. Here, you'll have all of your costumes that you saved. So right now I'm using slot 3, which is my Raiji costume. I can go ahead and switch to, let's say, Bookworm Mage, which is slot 2. Let's see if I can do that. So /MF2. As you can see, it switched me to that costume. But as you may notice something odd, I'm still using the same motions and I have the same face as before, Glenn's mask. So the reason for that is we didn't actually transfer all the settings over. But in order to do that, you're going to type MF, then the number of the slot, then add all. This will basically switch all your motions, accessory colors, and position over in order for you to switch your costume. So I'm gonna go ahead and enter it. And there you go. Now I'm fully switched over to my second costume. Motions and everything. Do note when you use this command, it does not work with cut-ins. So for example, if I were to add a cut-in right now, let's say cut-in 3 for anger. It won't work. And plus it didn't switch over everything because I didn't use all again. So now my costume looks a little jank. Just keep note of that. You can still use messages and other chat commands. It's just cut-ins doesn't work when you do costume changing. So let me go ahead and fix that up. Perfect. Now the cool thing you could do with this is what I used to do was add the fashion command to my actions. So every time I were to take a certain amount of damage, I would then switch to another costume. And you can kind of like set up a way of, it's going to take costume slots, but you can set up a way for your costume to individually break pieces off if you're using a lot of accessories. So it feels like you're taking battle damage and it actually feels that way. Similar to like Black Desert costumes where, you know, enough durability is taken off from your armor, it will look like it's damaged. So there's an idea for you if you want to try to do that. And now we can move on to stamps and symbol arts. The weird part about this is when you use a stamp and you try to enter this into your AutoChat, it actually won't display it. The reason why is when you generate through here, it generates a space after the number. In order for your stamp to work in AutoChat or any chat command, you have to remove that extra space for it to properly work. Just please remember that, because otherwise you'll be wondering, why is it not displaying my stamp? And now for symbol arts, that's a little different. So this is how you're going to use your symbol arts. You just type /simple and /symbol, and it should display your symbol art. So if you want to add symbol arts to your AutoChats or chat macros, you just have to type this out. I don't think there is a shortcut version of this where you can reduce how many characters there are, but this is the definite way of using it. If you don't have a symbol art saved in a specific slot, like say for example, I don't have anything saved in slot 40, then it would just do nothing. Thanks again, guys, for reaching the end of this video. I know it's been a little long since I have uploaded recently, and so I'm going to keep uploading from now on. You can always subscribe to my YouTube channel, or you can become a member to help me out in my situation. You could also follow my Twitch channel. I stream usually Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you would like to receive notifications for any of the videos on YouTube, or when I stream instead, you could just join our Discord. We do provide some guides there and help out players who are new to the game, who, you know, don't know, because, you know, the game doesn't really hold your hand. Peace out.